the island of Western Japan, where cyclists around the world long to visit, hold a long history.
I love the nature and culture of Shikoku. It's home to some very interesting and romantic history, such as the Ohenro Buddhist pilgrimage, which is becoming known around the world. And the sea here has a timeless beauty. Talking of the sea, the Murakami pirates, who played an active role in the Warring States period on the Shimanami Kaido, are fascinating. They were called Kaizoku, that's pirates in English, but apparently they weren't really pirates. So what's all that about then? Let me tell you about the present and the past of the Shimanami Kaido, which is full of mysterious charm.
Japanese people have a unique sense of spirituality. It's a different way of thinking about divinity than a single god. It's certainly unusual.
古事記日本書紀には山の神とあり、伊予の国不動記には西まります神の名、またの名を私の狼とございまして、山の神でありますとともに海の神様、航海の安全を司る神様とされています。また全国国宝国の重要文化財の指定を受けた武具類の多くがここ大山積神社宝物館に保存展示されています。甲冑の保存は全国一です。日本最古の平安中期の鎧をはじめ、鎌倉期戦国時代まで各時代の代表する名品が展示されています。
That's why Oyamazumi Shrine is located here, and Omishima is called a National Treasure Island, isn't it?
そうですね。
I have a dream that I want to make a reality at the Oyamazumi Shrine power spot.
ご神木ですね。このご神木は樹齢2600年のクスノキです。
Oh, it took root here in the 6th century BC, from the time of ancient Greece. What are they doing?
あの人たちは願掛けをしていたのです。
Really? How?
ご神木の周りを息を止めて探求すると願いが叶うと言われています。
I have a wish. I want to meet Luís Fróis, who made the world aware of the Murakami Kaizoku, the medieval Japanese pirates.
あの日本史を書いた宣教師のフロイスですか？
That's right. Fróis saw the Murakami Kaizoku pirates from a foreigner's point of view. That's why he recorded their everyday life at that time. I want to meet Luís Fróis, who recorded the Murakami Kaizoku objectively, in the flesh. I want to get the true picture of the Kaizoku.
会えるといいですね。
Now I can meet Fróis.
だったらいいですね。大山積神社は村上海賊の氏神様ですし。
You've just got to have faith. This scenery is world class. This is the Kurashima Strait, where the tide flows quickly. The ships that pass through here look really small. The Murakami Kaizoku were operating all around this area. The sea here is really dangerous for ships. They used wooden human-powered rowing boats called kohayabune.
Where on the earth is this place?
Oshima, Mount Kiro.
And what about that sea?
That Kurashima Strait.
Oh, Kurashima. By the way, what domain are you from?
Domain? Well, we are Japanese.
Japanese? No Japanese looks like this.
This guy is crazy.
Wait a minute.
What?
Are you Murakami?
That's right. How did you know?
Well, this is the sea of the Murakami.
Crazy.
Wait! Please wait! Wait!
Let's actually experience the Roiled ocean surface now. This is an attraction where the Murakami Kaizoku guides you through the sea. It's really exciting.
Okay, it's time to the battle. Are we all ready?
Yes! Good! Let's give our guests a good show today.
You are late, Sunshine. Over here.
Wait. Oh, you're Murakami Kaizoku. I saw a man and a woman suspicious on the Mount Kiro. I had to tell you.
Look, Sunshine, if you're gonna make excuses for being late, say something more interesting.
What?
Okay, let's go.
Wait a minute. Wait. Where are we going?
Where? To battle.
Jesus!
Hey, Sunshine. Are those missionary clothes?
Oh yeah, I heard that you dress up as a woman and customers laugh.
Let's roll.
Wait. That is an act of piracy!
This area has fast currents and has always been a hazardous place for ships. Here you can take a sightseeing boat out to experience the rapid current and encounter the Murakami Kaizoku.
We are Murakami Kaizoku. If you are sailing in this area, show your pass.
That's right. Ships that received permission of the Murakami Kaizoku were able to travel this hazardous sea in safety.
That's right. I had one too.
Eh? That habit has to be Fróis. Hello, are you Luís Fróis?
Sweet Jesus. At last, someone who seems to speak the language. But talking of foreigners who can pass through the Seto Inland Sea, are you Luís de Almeida?
I'm Rod Walters. I was hoping to meet Fróis. Even so, it's a wonderful performance to have the missionary Fróis appear on a pirate ship.
I confess, I'm having a hell of a time understanding what's going on. Please tell me when we get off these damn ships.
I can't believe it. So you're really Luís Fróis?
Yes, that's right. I'm Luís Fróis, a humble missionary who came to convey the teachings of Jesus to foreign countries. I was walking on the sandy beach, looking at the beautiful sea. Compared to the Atlantic Ocean where I sail, this looked like a river. While I was looking at the beautiful scenery, where the island itself was a castle, I found a seashell. Even though the seas were different, the shells were the same. When I missed Portugal, I picked up a shell and lifted it to my face. The scenery had changed.
Jesus. The sacred tree at Oyamazumi Shrine.
What was that?
Nothing. But if you're really Luís Fróis, there's something I've always wanted to ask you. The Murakami Kaizoku weren't actually pirates. Is that true?
Well, I certainly called them Japan's greatest Kaizoku in my history of Japan. But I didn't use the word pirates. They were not pirates who forcibly robbed ships of money and goods. They acted according to rules. Sometimes they were Coast Guard, and sometimes merchants. They guaranteed the safety of the ships sailing through this difficult sea by acting as pilots.
So it's really true.
Murakami Kaizoku are still active in this era. That is why they can navigate safely.
No, there are no Murakami Kaizoku anymore.
That couldn't be true. Without flying the pennant provided by Murakami, ships can't safely sail this sea. I met some Murakami again today.
Those aren't Murakami Kaizoku. There are many Murakami in this area today.
The fact that many Murakami remain today is proof that they weren't pirates who stole things.
I see. There's something I want to show you. Come with me.
Oh, wonderful! These are machines for weaving kimono.
No, this is a vehicle called a bicycle. You can ride it all over the Shimanami. It's fantastic.
Oh, well, if you want to go from here to there, you need a pass.
In these modern times, you don't need a pass. With this bicycle, you can go anywhere from Imabari to Onomichi.
No, it's not too late now. Let's go to the pirate castle and get a pass. You'll be okay with me. Let's go to the island castle of the Murakami Kaizoku.
Wait a minute, Louis. Bicycles are for riding.
What? There was a pier here for docking ships.
This hole in the rock was made to hold one of the pillars of the pier.
There was also a magnificent castle here. It was made up of 3 rings. The Murakami used it to build a great castle in the sea.
I suppose the Murakami Kaizoku had to make do with what they could in those times. But why did they take the trouble to make a magnificent castle on such a small island?
Because it's a natural fortress. It's about 300 meters from the shore, but no one can swim to it.
It's a very fast current.
That's right. No one can get close to it. Kurushio, or wild current, got corrupted into Kurashima.
Even so, the construction of the castle must have been very difficult.
To control the Kurashima Strait, you need to control the islands. It's like having a ship that doesn't sink.
I want to know about the day-to-day life of the Murakami Kaizoku that you saw.
Noshima Castle was not only a place of refuge in time of war, but also a base for maritime activities, for maintaining order in the Seito Inland Sea. And above all, it was a place for the Kaizoku to live.
Did the Murakami live on this island?
Not only that, they enjoyed seafood and sake, served in beautiful, colorful vessels. They also held no plays and song performances. I thought it was a luxurious life, befitting this scenery. Oh, you may remember that I am hungry.
Indeed. Let's go and eat some tasty modern food. You can't fight if you're hungry.
That's what the Murakami Kaizoku said.
Today's imabari does pretty well for itself too. Let's go and eat.
Hello. Sorry to bother you when you are eating. I am Shigeki Tokunaga, Mayor of Imabari City.
まさか村上海賊を日本史で書いたルイス・フロイスさんにお会いできるなんて思いませんでした。
あなたは今でも今治にとっては大切な方です。感謝の気持ちを込めてこの料理をご馳走させていただきます。
This is like what I ate when the Murakami Kaizoku had a celebration. So people are still eating this today.
さすがフロイスさん、よくご存知で、この方角焼きは今治名物の一つです。
There are many other things that have been inherited from the Murakami Kaizoku.
I feel like I've traveled 500 years in one day.
Well, I dragged you all the way here from the Warring States period.
The people I have met in this era.
お名前は
村上です。
村上です。
疾風な村上です。
かまぼこの村上の村上です。
村上です。
Obviously, the Murakami Kaizoku have survived here for over 500 years, changing their appearance.
Ladies! Oh, you're a cosplayer like me! Ah, and I can see you two have come to love Imabari. Oh, this is fantastic! I am so happy.
Is he also a Murakami?
I don't think so. He's another one of the foreigners who came to love Imabari.
Now, let me tell you something. Now, I overheard you talking about the Murakami Kaizoku. Well, not far from here, you can meet an actual descendant of the Murakami Kaizoku. He has some amazing stories. Ha!
Really?
Welcome to Imabari today, Luis.
Thank you. It's very nice to meet someone who has the blood of the Murakami Kaizoku.
Thank you very much. It's really nice to meet you.
Wonderful.
We also learned about how the Murakami family, the former pirates or Kaizoku, are still active today in this area. And you are also Murakami.
Yes, I am Murakami. They are living around the sea. So the number of this Murakami family is limited by the number of the ships, the boats. So they felt a bit worried, to maintain their family name. So they decided to name their subordinates the same name, Murakami.
So we brought you all the way back from the Warring States period.
Yes.
Thank you very much for coming. What's your impression of the modern Shimanami Kaido?
Well, for me, I have ridden this Shimanami Kaido many times, so I have heard a bit of the history of the Murakami Kaizoku. But for me, I didn't know the connection between Luís Fróis and this island chain. So it was a good a bit of history study for me, and I really enjoyed it. And I learned more about the Murakami Kaizoku and the such as the pilots of the inland sea.
So you have this fantastic facility here.
Thank you.
And you have cyclists staying here and riding bicycles around here.
Yeah.
What are your plans for the future?
Well, I simply want to welcome not only the cyclists, but all the tourists to Shimanami, because the more they stay here means the Shimanami area, the more they will know the much more interesting things deeper around here. So I really want to let them stay comfortably, and we want to be useful to give the information and the tools and service to them. That's what I want to do. I really want to welcome them.
If the Shimanami Kaido that connects the islands is the horizontal thread, the vertical thread is the one that preserves the culture of the historical Murakami Kaizoku. The point where the vertical and horizontal threads intersect is Imabari, the city of Kaido and Kaizoku. 450 years ago, this sea was certainly home to Kaizoku, who were not pirates. They built castles on the islands and lived in the region as coast guards and merchants. Imabari is a cultural city where the spirit of the Kaizoku lives on. And you could be the modern Fróis who passes it on.